Welcome to the Chronicles, you guys, with T. Gray. I have with me today the Cognac Boyz podcast. Two dope-ass comedians bringing you nothing but good knowledge, good vibes, good energy. What's up, fellas?
Good evening.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing much. So I have Ron the Don. I have Fredo Davis. So let's get right into it. Tell everybody how your podcast came to be.
We heck, me and his brother A alike, B alike, C alike. You know, we linked for being on the comedy scene. You know what I mean? And like we just clicked.
There was originally 3 members, but then it turned into 2 members. So it was me, Ron and Don, Fredo Davis, and comedian Mississippi Boy. And
he got hit by a deer.
He got what?
Hit by a deer. It was tragic.
Some things just don't work out like that. So, you know, now just me and Fredo Davis taking this thing to the next level or whatever.
We was more than knowledgeable, bro. We had a lot of knowledge and knowledge of self, and we talked about what was going on, whereas this guy was just stuck in one world. But that's neither here nor there. Cognac Boyz, rock on.
Right,
Yeah.
so I do watch you guys' show quite often, and the conversations do get very, very interesting. How do you decide what you're going to be bringing to the table? Like, is it just to be informative? Is it just to be funny? Is it to talk about social issues, or is just whatever's on your mind at the time?
We talk about it all. I mean, ain't nothing off limits, because, I mean, it's our platform to speak our mind. You know what I mean? And our type of conversations, like, it'll lead to arguments if we debating at the comedy club or something, or, you know, everybody don't deal with the facts, but we study and we go look up the stuff that we talking about before we even do it. Like, if I watch the news, I'm gonna hit Ron, or I'll send Ron a video I just watched or something. You know what I mean? And then, like, he picks from the video, I'll pick something from the video. Then the topics just flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Then in the process is like a bit of freestyle or whatever. Like, if we get going, we just get going. So it's like, if we had some topics we was gonna be on and we just get deep into something, we just let it flow. You know what I'm saying? We got a good chemistry together too. So
You do.
I mean,
You do.
that
Most
plays a big part.
definitely. Yes, I enjoy how you all vibe off of each other. And sometimes when you have disdain behind the mic, sometimes when there's a group of people, you can see it, you know what I mean? When you're watching these podcasts or when you're listening, you can kind of hear the disdain. But you all have a very, very natural vibe. I enjoy how you flow. So one of my favorite topics, everybody knows your girl, we're gonna come here and talk about some sex today. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna hit you guys first with my new rapid fire. Okay. I'm gonna do y'all one at a time because I don't want it to be too confusing for the audience. So we're gonna start with Ron the Don, because Ron the Don always be giving up some good answers on your own podcast. Okay, so for rapid fire, real quick. Of course, these are sexually charged. Anal or oral?
Oh,
Yeah, think about that one. Ass or titties?
ass,
And public or private?
private.
Okay. So if you had to roll the dice, that be your shit. You gonna get a little head, bang it from the back, and we done.
Ain't got time to waste.
Ain't got time. Get right to it.
Got too much to do.
All right, Fredo. So your rapid fire, you want to be dominant or submissive?
Dominant.
Okay. You want it from the front or the back?
Whichever way she like it. 'Cause I ain't getting in neither one of those ways.
Squirting or not squirting?
It depends on my thread count that weekend.
Depends on the thread count. All right, so we live in lavish, you guys, and we got that good Egyptian cotton. You can just show off or don't show off on the good shit. You can show off on the cheap shit.
Yeah, put some plastic down.
You know what I'm telling you? Woo, 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 woo.
Ron the Don.
Yeah.
What's most important about sex to you?
The moans. The moans can throw everything up. Shit. Yeah, like if the sounds and shit. Like if them sounds off, she could be as fine as whatever. I mean, we got to be in tune. Them sounds got to be right, so you can throw everything up.
So let me say this about the moaning. One thing that comes up as I do a lot of fact checking and things of that nature. So they say that only 30% of women can really have orgasms. So when you take that number, and let's say we add it to your sexual partners, do you think that there's a percentage of women who are faking those moans, or you think everybody's bringing the real and bringing their A game to the bedroom?
I think majority of people are horrible at sex, and they think they're better than they really are. All you gotta do is film yourself, like both male and females, because sometimes we just we don't be busting either. But sometimes we be faking it too. But I think that a lot of dudes be on an ego trip to the point where they think they doing something, but they ain't doing nothing. A lot of times they think that I'm killing it, but they ain't killing it, because I don't feel like the coochie is as simple as the ding dong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't as simple. It's more complex. So it got compartments and shit like that. Whereas everything about us, well, sexually, can be more simplified. But when it comes to women, they more complex. So you gotta know what the hell you're doing.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I would also add that it is some complex niggas out here in the streets.
You think so?
I do think so. But Fredo, you've been on my show before, so we kind of have a firm understanding of, what you think is most important and things like that. Tell us your funniest experience having sex.
That dry.
It was funny, not painful.
Horrible. I was like, really?
What happened? Did you just stop?
Yeah, that's a turnoff to me. You know how much money wasted on liquor that night?
Only to get that dry coochie. You should have been buying the bitch water.
I didn't know. She was an alcoholic.
So how did you get yourself out of that situation?
Ain't no worse when you do this.
So you tried to give it a spit start, is what you're saying.
She did, and now it got corona.
That's funny. That's funny. So what advice would you give to a guy if they're in a situation where the pussy's not good and they want to hop about that situation? What would you tell a guy to do?
Just get dressed and jet. It ain't no more to it. Just be honest. I mean, just be real. You know what I'm saying? If you in an uncomfortable situation, just get out of there. Ain't no more to talk about. It's okay to walk
make it
away.
out and don't come back.
It's okay to block people.
Okay. Okay. So I would say from the female's perspective, that's one thing that we run into as females is how to let a guy know that he's not performing well. And maybe it could be because we try to be more considerate of a guy's feelings, his mindset, whatever the case may be. So Ron the Don, what would you tell a lady if you wanted to say, hey, this is how we should get out of the situation if the dick ain't no good? Should we let you guys down easy, or should we just get dressed and be like, fuck it?
If I'm speaking from a woman's standpoint, like if I had to give the advice and it was from a woman's standpoint, I would tell the chick to be like, why waste time? You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, just don't hit the man up no more. Like, just disappear. Like, that's what I do. Like, if I don't like a chick, I just disappear.
Ghost.
Ghost. I don't owe you nothing. Like, what do I owe you? We ain't got no kids together. We ain't got nothing together. I ain't got to see you again. See, people don't understand. They can never see somebody again. I'm good at that.
I'm great at that.
Watch this.
Go.
Go. And they get mad at that, but you just gotta understand, like, you don't owe nobody your energy. Like, just get the hell on. Like, I ain't gonna sit up there and be like, now, if the dude just need he need to slow down or something like that, I could see a woman being like, just slow down, calm down, take your time with it or something like that. Cool. But if he just horrible, like, why even waste your time with that when you know the outcome? Like, I'm out. Gone. Ain't no sense of waiting around because you never know. He might be a bad performer who like to beat on women. And
we talked about
get
that
away from
earlier.
Yeah. What you mean my dick trash?
They talk about the little doinkers do that. They got bad attitudes. Little doinkers.
They got bad attitudes. There's some dudes with big dicks with fucked up attitudes too.
I don't have that problem.
I'm not talking about you, sir.
Life, I'm winning.
You're winning?
I wake up winning. I eat a winning bowl of cereal, and I start my winning day.
Well, all right. Fredo be eating his Wheaties, you guys. You ladies keep that in mind if y'all see him creeping through these streets.
I got fiber in my diet.
So, being in Atlanta and going through this coronavirus. So coronavirus has kind of hindered a lot of people's sex life, but maybe not so much in Atlanta because the motherfuckers is just out. They ain't never really been in at all. But have either of you experienced any hindrance to your sex life due to the coronavirus?
My nickname is Dry Dick Donnie right now.
Oh, shit. It's just powder,
Quarantine. The last chick I was dating was so ugly, I had to get out of there.
You couldn't even just bang her out from the back. You couldn't just do that. You didn't have to look at her for real.
Look like James Brown in the face from the front and the back. She had spots on her butt. That's a turn off for me. I don't like spots on the butt.
Were they spots from like injections?
The skin looked like a Nestle Crunch bar.
Oh shit.
The backside with the bumps on it.
Oh.
Like, get back here.
I got that. You be running into some situations though. You be running into some
Nestle Crunch bar.
I done been through it.
So what about you, Ron? Have you had any hindrance to your sex life since the coronavirus has come into play?
Nah, I'm committed, so I'm good.
Well, that's good.
Ain't really out here like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I kind of, keep my circle tight, you know what I mean? I don't share energy out here like that, but it don't seem like it's affecting nobody out here. They rather catch AIDS than corona, so
Real talk.
They don't care.
Hey, the sad part is they telling me
ran out of condoms.
It's mandatory to wear a mask, but these masks, niggas just keep them in their
back.
But
they ain't mandatory to wear no condom.
Right.
Either you gonna wear it or you don't.
Right. Real talk.
To each his own. I wear mine sometimes.
Yeah, because your ass in the store right now. No, it's cool.
They got on, so I'm all right. As long as everybody else wearing their mask, I'm all right.
All right. So what do you think is going to be the new face of comedy now? There's been such a major hit, of course, with live entertainment just across the board. And, for comedians, that's your bread and butter, being able to get up in front of an audience.
You got to wait it out. You got to wait it out. Because if ain't no NBA, ain't no NFL, what you think they give a fuck about comedy? You feel me? Everybody who got a business, the government gave you a check to sit your ass still. And they gave away thousands. I know some people didn't even have business, was getting thousands. I was like, you dirty bitch, they gonna come down so hard on you when this shit over. You feel me? You got to pay that money back. So then where you gonna live at?
That's real
Nah,
talk.
they ain't gonna come after nobody. They
Your
ain't got no
late,
pride. They ain't got no. That's what they want. They want that. They want that. That
bankrupt.
money floating around. Like,
That's a lot of that
huh?
money that went. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And like far as like I see a lot of people trying to do it on Instagram, stand up on Instagram, stand up on Zoom. You know what I mean? Good luck. Each his own. You never know what the next wave gonna be. I like real people. I like real audience. Like when the quarantine was over, we went over to Uptown. We packed it out. They said you could get 150. We did 250. Too many people wanted to see us. Me and Tyler Craig, and Ron went over there. He was over there with Henry Welch. You know what I mean? Our comedy club's bumping out here. Friday nights, you'll be like, man, ain't
Yeah,
no
they
corona.
bumping.
We got.
But them goddamn comedians catching the corona like like it's man, they catching it like a goddamn Pastor Randy Moss.
right. So I was just sharing my story because I was in Atlanta with Jay Phillips, and then that was Father's Day weekend. And then when I came home, by that Tuesday, I was at the urgent care because I was positive for COVID-19. But what I can say is just with my own experience is I feel like the only reason I actually got it is because I was around a positive person. And of course, the positive person had no idea. Like we that Saturday found out that DL had it, and then Jay Phillips was just with him. So then boom, boom, boom. That's how the trickle down effect is.
I'm sorry. I mean, you catching that, yeah?
Yeah. Me and you both.
You keep checking out for corona, yeah?
It is what it is. But
well, you live to do another.
Motherfuckers catch everything.
Yeah.
Who died from the shit? I know a bunch of people who got it, but I don't know nobody who died. I want to see somebody die. Let me stop.
Oh, no, you don't want to see that shit.
Hey, before I get scared like that. Nah, this is what I said, though, at the comedy club. I was at the comedy club, and I was looking around. I was like, shit, if at least 3 people don't die out here, I don't believe this shit like that. Like, I'm sorry.
I know that shit really
happen every day. Like, folks, I know it's real, but think of the flu. I done seen people damn near die from the flu, cancer, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's out here, but at the end of the day, shit, you got to live. You got to live, but don't be ignorant. Don't be dumb. You know what I'm saying? But you still can't just be out here living in fear, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you this, because a lot of comedians don't have anything to really do in the interim. A lot of comedians are full-time and they don't have, part-time or full-time jobs outside of comedy, or a lot of comedians, aren't necessarily social media savvy or social media present. They're not, doing skits. They're not doing the IG shows and things of that nature. Do you think is a hit to your creative process, not being able to have that type of outlet?
I'm out here every day kicking it at cookouts, talking to people, and stay writing. Like, this is the time with this slow period, people need to start either writing your pilots, your trailers. You better write your movie. You better write your book, because that's what this downtime is for. You feel me? If you can't be around people like that, it's time for you to get on in and focus on your real skills and craft with this, because for far as comedy, you can't just do stand-up and expect, like, that's going to take you where you got to go. You got to write. You got to be an all-around comedian, you know what I mean? Performer, you know what I mean? You got to be a businessman, you know what I mean? Like, you can make money during this downtime, during the quarantine. If you're a true hustler, people want to see you, start setting up shows and getting deposits. You know what I mean? There's ways to make money. You don't have to just hang yourself. But it would make more room in the comedy game if you did, if you're depressed. Don't get out of here. Get the fuck away.
So what do you think, Ron? Has having this podcast and having this additional outlet been a helpmate in staying creative?
Yeah, it's been definitely get the same, I ain't gonna say the exact same environment on the podcast, but it's like the same type of outlet. You get what I'm saying? So like when we on the podcast, we speak, you know what I'm saying? We talk we say jokes, we talk, we kick knowledge and all that. So that's the same thing that we do on stage. You know what I mean? So it's just minus the audience. So it's like it hasn't none of this stuff has hindered my my creative ability. I come up with actually more stuff because ain't no NBA on. You know, I'm a boxing fan. Ain't no boxing going on like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is different now. So it's like everything coming from my brain. You know what I'm saying? My entertainment coming from me. So it really upped my my consciousness or whatever. I've been doing a lot of meditating and all that stuff. Of course, this is a time when people need to find themselves and figure out, you know, who they are and stuff, because a lot of us don't know who we are. You know what
Well,
I'm
go
saying?
get
So shit, this is the time to wake up.
go get a job at your local chicken wing shop. Do something. Stay active. That's all I'm saying. The idol.
Or buy a goddamn chicken wing shop.
I'm talking about for Indians that don't have no outlet and niggas sitting at home going crazy. Like that one dude crazy, brung all that to the comedy club. He just going crazy. You know, if you want to stand up, you know, we leave niggas anonymous, but, you know, bringing all that drama around because his life miserable.
Yeah, misery.
Misery love company.
Yes, most definitely.
Misery.
So what can we expect to see next from the Cognac Boyz podcast?
Hey, we just getting bigger and better with interviews because I got a hell of a network and a big ass, like, you know what I mean, lineup coming up too. You know what I mean? Just one phone call, that's all. And you're going to see what we doing. You know what I mean? We about to lay down the format. I got a phone call this morning about doing a big interview with a familiar face y'all might know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we're going to get prepared for that. You know, those one of them interviews you have to be effective with the questions that you're asking and providing everything has to be on time. Like we can't play with that type of thing. When we bring in them big cats, that's when the Cognac Boyz have to be all the way professional. You know what I mean? Your question list and, you know, perfect timing, you know, all of that good stuff. But, you know, a lot of great things in the works for us. You know?
Okay, and Ron and Don. So with all these great things happening, what is your vision for the podcast? Where do you want to see you all grow to?
A platform for you know, for us as a people, you get what I'm saying, in a route for, you know what I mean, for us to build as a people and connect and get certain things within our community better than they actually are. You know what I mean? And cut down a lot of that negative promo on Black people. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And really put forth what's really going on as opposed to what's being promoted out here when it comes to Black men and Black women. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get along, we do get along, but it's like it's always a negative stigma upon both of us. So we can come to the table, talk about stuff, be ignorant, be intelligent, all that stuff in one. So, you know.
I blame reality shows for that. People might I blame reality shows. Because none of the women ever seem to be happy. They always want a big baller, and they want to do what they want to do with his money while they sit home and drink wine with their friends. That's the wrong stigma of our women, for sure.
So do you feel like those women are legitimately like that every day, or the producers pay to see a certain type of behavior from those women?
The world would never know.
I think they pay to have them do that.
Of course, like,
I think they pay to have them be saucy and you know, basically
I did a reality
make it look like they like nobody wants to be around you like that. You know what I mean? I feel like they behave like transsexuals in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like no, I'm saying like based off like attention seeking, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't feel like they like that every day, you know what I mean? And I feel like those type of women are in our community, and you can't say that that's how all women are just because they like that, you know what I mean? But it is being promoted like
that. I agree.
Well, all right, you guys. So thank you both for being on my show. I appreciate it. This is Vol.2 of the Chronicles. So you guys are helping getting this thing jumped off. I hope to have another 26 episodes. So I appreciate y'all both being on. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking
Thank you.
us and tell the world about the Cognac Boyz podcast, because we got something to say. We got a voice, and you're going to hear us loud and clear. Shout out to all the people that's over there in London, Sweden, Africa. When I look at our reports and all that stuff, they showing that people are chiming in, and that's from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all of that. I use all the social media platforms to make sure the Cognac Boyz, one day, eventually you'll see us on billboards in your city. You might see us on one of your movie channels or TV shows or something, but Cognac Boyz, you're going to hear us. I mean, we working over here. And rest in peace to our
working hard.
Eli, big homie Eli. Our producer died before this corona crap hit. He was producer, had all kinds of new cameras and everything, you know what I mean? And we had 2 movies and a reality show for the Cognac Boyz, because he followed us around on the journey building up the Cognac Boyz. So, you know what I mean? That's one of the projects in the pipeline we're going to have to redo. It's like crazy, like when you lose somebody, like, you know what I mean? Like we lost Dr. Dre. Every weekend at his house, everything that we thought of, he would shoot right then and there. Like, we laughed hard, we cried together, we drank heavy, you know what I mean? We enjoyed life, and then, you know, everybody went sober. So, you know, we out here doing what we do. I just want to send a big up and shout outs to Eli. You may be gone, but you ain't forgotten, my brother.
Yeah, most definitely. So you guys, Cognac Boyz podcast, of course, is available on just about every platform. You put the name in, you're going to find them.
Radio Public, all of them. iTunes, what did I say? Did I say iTunes? Apple Podcast, Title, you know. Anywhere podcast, we there. You know what I mean? We up there with the big dogs with that. I thank God for that, for the major distribution on our podcast so the world can hear us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it blew my mind when I was like, damn, people in Sweden listening? So they checking for us. As long as you got a voice, people will always listen. And then when they catch on, they're going to see, you got to listen to hear the understanding of the things that we say. It's not shallow. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Most definitely. You guys are very profound. I would say that. You dropped gems when you were on my show the first time. You know what I mean? And that was just on some real shit. And I think sometimes the takeaway is that piece. The takeaway is the real shit that you all have to say. It's a lot of fluff out here, and there's a lot of people talking, but they ain't saying nothing. But definitely when I listen to you guys, I could say that the takeaway is definitely some real shit. So I appreciate you all sharing my platform. I appreciate you all being a part of my show. You guys, this is the Cognac Boyz. Make sure you check them out on all social media and all digital platforms.
We will return the favor, sister. Yeah.
Yes, we will.
No doubt.
Next time you're in Atlanta, look us up.
Yeah, we'll pull up. You hear me? We'll pull up on.
I
want everybody to stay corona safe, stay corona free, and all that. Live your life to the fullest. You hear me? Just because they say stay your ass in.
No,
hey, look. And to the people, when y'all see me in public, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Hey, look,
I don't care about all this corona junk, but don't touch me. All right? Just in case. Like,
I'm offended right now, so you know I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Hey man, let me get them ones with the heel on the front of the shoe. Yeah, those. Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
All right, thank you, fellas.
All right, appreciate it. Peace.
All right.
Bye-bye.